Hello everyone, my name is Jimmy and welcome to the last lap edit. And as you can tell, Matthew and I are together in person for the first time in quite a long time recording this video. I'm up here in Liberty hanging out for today, and then we're going to go to the Xfinity and the Cup race Friday and Saturday, so that's going to be fun. Before we hop into the video, just want to remind you guys to hit that like button and subscribe button. If you hit the little notification bell, that'll also let you know when we upload, because sometimes we don't upload exactly on time when we try to, so if you hit that notification bell, you'll know exactly what time we upload. So Matthew is here. Well, actually, I'm here. So how's it feel to have me up here and get ready to go to Martinsville this weekend?
Well, it feels pretty good. We just came back from eating a lost steak, and now we're ready for Martinsville racing. Tonight's a truck race, so we're not going that one, but we'll be at the other two. So ready for this weekend.
Yep, I also got a nice little tour of Liberty. I came up here quite a few years ago, and it's changed quite a lot since the last time I've been up here, so it's cool to look around, walk around, all that kind of stuff.
Gotta show William Byron's hood and deck lid panel that's there.
That is super cool that they have that in the one of the actual buildings on display, so that was really cool to see all of that. But we're going to talk some news and stuff for this week at Martinsville. So the first thing on my little cheat sheet over here is that the RFK, they tried to fight their penalty, but NASCAR was like, nope, we're going to stick with the penalty. So I don't think nobody still really knows what exactly they did. They know that they made some type of modification to like the rear of the race car, but nobody's really sure what they've done yet. NASCAR hasn't really released that. I think they should, just to have other teams know what not to do in other cases, so this doesn't happen again. So hopefully NASCAR provides more details on that in a little bit. Matthew, real quick, what do you have to say about the RFK penalty being upheld? I don't think it's really a surprise that they upheld it.
Yeah, it's not really surprising at all, but I think the reason why they're not saying anything about it is because they don't want to give any of these teams any ideas. Like, if you say, hey, they did this to the bumper, they might give them a clue, like, hey, we can try to stretch this a little bit further without getting called. So that's probably why they're not saying anything. They don't want to give them any ideas, like how to do, cheat, basically.
Yeah.
So that's what I think.
Yeah, that's a good point. So, yeah, maybe that's why NASCAR isn't, revealing as much information as they should. The next thing is that there was a Bristol dirt test yesterday. So today is Thursday, so Wednesday, and Stuart Friesen was the driver of that. It was the Cup car at Bristol Dirt, and they revised the track a little bit. They made the banking more steep at the top of the racetrack in the corners. I think there's a few other small changes they did as well, like to the dirt itself, so hopefully it's not as cloudy and all that kind of stuff. Hopefully the dirt doesn't get stuck to the windshields and all that kind of stuff. So I'm all for these changes. Hopefully it makes the show a little bit better. And there was a small little clip that was posted, I think it was to Bristol's Instagram account or something, of the car going around the track, and it looked pretty good. It looked like the car was drifting and all that kind of stuff. Do you know if their diffuser was off of it or not?
So the rear diffuser is probably going to be off for this race alone, because you know how low these cars are, and that would just be dragging the dirt, basically, creating like little streaks on the dirt. So that's which is understandable. If they're doing something different in the windshield, I think that would help, especially if there's like dirt or mud. We saw one of the heat races in the truck series last year when mud was basically all over, covered the whole windshield. So we don't want that to happen again, so that's probably why they're looking into that. And I think this race is going to be better than last year, because they learned from what they did last year. I thought the race was pretty good last year, and I think they're going to make it better now because they learned some things that could be fixed. And now I think they're going to make things better. So can't wait for this year's Bristol Dirt race.
Yeah, this whole stretch for the past few weeks and the next coming weeks are pretty crazy, because we had Coda and then Richmond, which was obviously kind of and then Martinsville this week, Bristol Dirt the week after that, and then Talladega as well. So quite a crazy stretch of racetracks here over the past coming 5 weeks or so. But yeah, the Bristol Dirt test, that was on Wednesday, so hopefully NASCAR can learn a few more things up until then. Next thing is JGR. They debuted a new pit stop style at Richmond in the Cup Series. I was going to say something about it in our review, but just didn't think of it at the time. So I believe how it works is both tire changers go in front of the car instead of one going behind and one going in front, to start the pit stop on the far side of the car, and then they do the same thing coming back. So the rear tire changer goes in front of the car coming back around as well. I don't know if there's any other changes, but that's the main change I saw in the pit stop. So it actually led to Kyle Busch having the fastest ever 4-tire pit stop of like 9.1 seconds or something like that. So it must have worked a little bit. If it's going to work, we'll have to see how it works over a few races, of course, to see how well it really works and if other teams will adapt to it. So for Richmond, I guess it worked a little bit. I mean, Kyle Busch had the fastest pit stop ever, but I think there'll still be some ups and downs with it. So, Matthew, what do you think about the pit stop strategy there? And, if you think they should continue it or if they should go back to the traditional way, or what do you think?
Well, if it gives that fast lap, then yeah, continue it. I mean, I think it's going to be an improvement. And it's kind of like F1 a little bit, when the pit crew's already in position to do the pit stop. Now, of course, it's not exactly like F1, of course, but it's a little similar in terms like the pit crew's already there, ready to go. So I say you should keep doing it. I think other teams should adapt to it. There's some learn from this, especially for the Championship 4. We saw how crucial the pit stop was, especially for Kyle Larson, with the money stop, basically. So that could come into play for the championship race. So I think it's important for other teams to figure this one out.
Yeah, I think that's... And it's funny because I think I actually had Martin Truex Jr.'s pit stop filmed on camera in the vlog, or not really the vlog, but while I was there, and I didn't even think of it until afterwards, so I didn't even watch that video, so I'll have to watch that over again to see how they did and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's definitely interesting. We'll see how, and if they continue to do that throughout the rest of the season, if other teams adapt to it as well, and all that fun stuff. And the last thing real quick is that this weekend is we picked the best weekend to go to a race because there's so many cool paint schemes on track this weekend, especially the Trackhouse cars. They have a brand new sponsor, GoPro, and it's inverted colors. One is blue and white, and the other's white and blue with black on it. I'll throw pictures of them.
Black and blue.
Black and blue, but yeah, those cars are so nice. We'll definitely get some good pictures of those this weekend. Christopher Bell has a new sponsor, and Yahoo this weekend. Kurt Busch has a mixed paint scheme with two of his McDonald's and Moneyline. So pretty cool paint schemes. There's a bunch more I'm missing, but you'll see that all in our vlog. But yeah, we'll go ahead and hop into our predictions real quick. So I guess, Matthew, I'll give you the floor for 2 or 3 drivers to watch for this week at Martinsville first.
Alright, so a couple drivers I'm looking after. The first one's going to be Martin Truex Jr. He's won 3, I think, out of the last 5 Martinsville races. And last week in Richmond, he showed a lot of speed there. So I'm keeping my eye on Truex. I'm going to keep my eye on Denny Hamlin as well. Just won Richmond, and he's one of the best at Martinsville. So keep my eye on Denny Hamlin there. And then, let's see, who else would be good there? I'm going to throw William Byron in this one because I remember a couple years ago, he actually ran really well. He actually was second at one of the Martinsville races and probably would have won if they were racing that terrible 550 package there with the arrow and all that. So I'm going to keep my eye on William Byron there. And I think that's all.
So for me, I'm going to start off with 2 friends in NASCAR. The first of which is actually Ryan Blaney because he's ran very well at Richmond, just doesn't have anything in the win column there just yet. He's led a lot of laps there. I'm pretty sure he's had a lot of good finishes as well, so I'm going to look out for Ryan Blaney. Plus he ran okay at Richmond. He started off good and then he kind of faded near the end, but I think this is one of Ryan Blaney's best tracks, so I would say watch out for him to get his first win there. And the friend that I'm thinking of is Chase Elliott. He has ran very good there at Martinsville as well. Led some laps in the fall race. Kind of the same thing as Richmond. They just made a bad adjustment, and the car kind of faded on him, and he got spun by Brad Keselowski. That was great.
You should just saw his reaction to that. That was funny.
But yeah, I'm going to keep my eye on those 2. Any other drivers, can I think off the top
Probably
of my
Ross
head?
Chastain.
Yeah, Ross Chastain. He's been fast just about everywhere. Joe Logano, I think, is someone you could keep an eye on as well. The Fords, they've been decent at the short tracks. But yeah, I think that's about all the drivers that I can think of. Alex Bowman. Hey, Alex Bowman, they got to start calling him the closer. They got to bring that nickname back, except take it from Harvick to Bowman, because that's what he does. He just chills in the right spot at the right time. So if you're not keeping an eye on Alex Bowman every week, I don't know what you're doing. But yeah, I need to remember to do my fantasy this week and to make the right choice things, because I did not do that last week, and that ended up hurting me a little bit. But hopefully I remember to do that and make some good fantasy picks, and we'll get a good week going. So, Matthew, do you have any other closing thoughts before we go ahead and wrap it up?
I'm ready for Martinsville this weekend. I can't wait to see. I think we'll see a similar race to the LA Coliseum, especially with the sharp turns, even though it's a bigger track than the LA Coliseum, but it still has the sharp turns. And I think it raced really well there, so I think it's going to race really good at Martinsville as well.
Yeah, so this video will be up, and then we're going to be recording all day. Well, maybe not all day, but we're going to be recording at the track Friday and Saturday, vlogging for you guys for the Xfinity and the Cup race. And then we'll have our review video up as well. But yeah, we're going to watch the truck race now and get some sleep, hopefully, and we got a long weekend ahead of us. So yeah, we'll catch you guys next time, and we hope you guys enjoy the video.